Greetings, brothers and sisters, wherever you are in the world. Today we come to offer homage to those who are among the enslaved who were unknown. And so we always start in the spirit of African tradition with libation. And libation is offering water or strong drink, gin, to the earth. I'm offering pure water. And it's to show gratitude and thanksgiving to the Most High Creator of us all, known by many names around the planet, and to give thanks to those ancestors on whose shoulders we stand. And so this particular libation is strictly for the ancestors. Okay. Mojuba Olofi, Mojuba Olorun, Omi Tutu, Ana Tutu, Tutu Ile, Tutu Ladoye, Tutu Ma Ashe, Tutu all of our Ashe, Tutu Ariku Babawa. Olojo Ni, the owner of the day, we thank you for bringing us here this day. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Iba to the four directions. Iba, Ila, Orun, Mojuba. We give thanks to the spirits of the north, of the east, forgive me. Iba Ashe. Ila, Iwo Orun. We give thanks and pay homage to the spirits of the west. Iba Ashe. Iba Ashe means we give praise. Ariwo Mojuba. Iba Ashe. Guusu Mojuba to the spirits of the south. Iba Ashe. Iba Ashe Akoda, the first diviner. Iba Ashe. Akoda and Asheda Mojuba. We give thanks to Akoda and Ashe, the first diviners. And let me just breathe. We give thanks. Ile Mojuba, to the earth on which we stand. Iba Ashe. Iba Odara Mututu. We give praise and respect to the messenger of transformation, Odara. Iba Ashe. Iba Ashe to the Egun, to the ancestors, to the Ara Orun, those in the realm of the ancestors, in the heavens. We say Mojuba to them. And it's just befitting that this is the slave, the tomb of unknown slaves, the nameless, the faceless, even the landless. And at this time, we're experiencing this notion that say their names, yet we're not able to say their names. We are able to give thanks because we know that we stand on their shoulders. We know that in one way or another, they made a sacrifice that shows up for where we are and who we are today. So we give respect, we pay homage, we give praise to those ancestors, and we say Iba Ashe. And we call on ancestors to join us in this moment. Egunwolewa, welcome. Yana Wanene, you are welcome to this place. Egunwolewa, Yana Wanene. Egunwolewa. Yana wenene. We give thanks and we say Ashe, 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 and so it is. Thank you. Ashe.
Peace, my brothers and sisters. As Nana Anawa said, today we stand here at the tomb of the unknown slave. I said the tomb of the unknown enslaved. Stolen people who were brought to this land and many other stops along the way. Stolen people who landed here in this place that we call New Orleans, the home of our homeless brothers and sisters. We stand on this land because they were. As we stand outside of this magnificent edifice, St. Augustine Church, the oldest Black Catholic parish in these United States of KKK. The oldest. In 1830, our enslaved brothers and sisters who walked this land, and free people of color, free people who looked like me, free people who had a voice and made their voices known in this place right here, Faubourg Treme. Those people came together in 1830 because they wanted their own parish. They wanted their own church in this area, Treme, Faubourg Treme. They wanted their own imprint. And even in the time of enslavement, we had a right and we knew it. They came together as like-minded brothers and sisters, and they founded this parish called St. Augustine. 11 years later, they had built this magnificent church in 1841. And in 1842, they dedicated this building and marched in. But they didn't march alone, just like we don't march alone today. They came into this building as free people of color, but they didn't forget from whence they came. They didn't forget their brothers and sisters and call them and they called them us and we. And part of the mission of this church at that time was to make sure that our enslaved brothers and sisters too had a place to worship. And thus, the War of the Pews. And they called it a war because there were also Europeans and whites here and other ethnic groups. But our free people of color outbought pews 3-1 to ensure that there was a place for our enslaved brothers and sisters who remained in bondage. Those original pews still sit in this church. And the free people of color, as we still march, as we still fight, as we protest, as we come together, have to remember, just as they did, that it was not them, but it was us. In 2004, under the direction of Father Jerome Ledoux, who has gone on to become an ancestor, and we thank God for having him pass our way. We thank God for the spirit that he brought to this place called Treme and beyond, because his reach was far beyond Treme. But in 2004, he and my brothers and sisters said, we cannot forget the unknown, the faceless. We cannot forget them, the nameless. We cannot forget them. Because as an African people, we say, as long as you're remembered, you're never truly dead. I don't take lightly when I step on this earth that I truly stand on the shoulders of my brothers and sisters those enslaved ones whose bodies, as this memorial commemorates, it remembers them. It says, never forget the unknown, the nameless, the faceless, and the landless who lived, died in this place that we call Treme. And it is said on this plaque that many of the older residents remember, as renovation, as buildings were done, finding remains of our brothers and sisters as children. I remember much more recently a building project that was going on in this area, and the bones of our enslaved brothers and sisters who were found. There's a dedicated tomb to them in St. Louis Cemetery number 1, as we were privileged to carry their memory to that tomb. So we stand at this tomb, made of chains, made of shackles, that bind our memory to their memories. The tomb of the unknown slave. For those brothers and sisters here in Treme, whose remains still remain, whose bodies helplessly and many times in the quickness of dead of night, or even in the open broad daylight, as is happening to our people today, as their lives were snuffed out, they were hurriedly buried, as we still bury the truth today in the light. So this monument is a remembrance to them, so that we will never forget. We can never forget who they are. We can never forget. We will not forget you. We will remember you. We will teach our children about you. And we will bring them to this memorial so that they will know that you are, and that because you were, we are. As we stand here at the tomb of the unknown slave. Ashe, 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 we shall not forget you.
What is your name, boy? What is your name, girl? Aren't you human? Don't you bleed red? But where were you going? Is it the same place now? What is your name, man? Aren't you human? I call you great man. I call you human. I call you important. I call you nameful. That is your name, boy. That is your name, man. You are so great and so courageous. What was your purpose? What was your dreams, girl? Did you conquer, or was it a failure? But I say a lesson for the future. And I am the future. It's not taken for granted, 'cause I call you great, boy. You're such a great man. I call you mighty girl. such a beautiful human. But what is your name, boy? What is your name, girl? Aren't you human? Don't you bleed red? You're not forgotten, never forsaken. 'Cause I shout your name here in this valley. I call you great and mighty, courageous, courageous. I call you great and mighty. You're so courageous. You're so courageous. But where were you born, boy? Wasn't it earth, girl? But before that, a spirit. You are a spirit. You are a spirit. You are a spirit.